Hello! Hello, hello, hello. How is everyone? Welcome to the stream. Why is the stream's animation paused? I'm very quiet? Okay, hold on. Turn myself up a notch or two. Alright, is that better? I don't know how this keeps getting knocked this way, but, each time I return, quieter and quieter. Alright, how about that? Is that better, or is the background too low? Ba 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 ba. Okay, hold on. I'll turn the background up a little bit more. Some real fine-tuning here, you know? Real fine-tuning. Alright, how about now? Good? Good? Yeah? Good? Eh? Good? Eh? Good. Jason says good. I trust Jason. Alright, I think I'm gonna trust Jason. I sound good. Thank you for subbing, Jason. Ah. Okay, let's pick up where we left off. And, oh, right here. And let me refresh this, alert box. There we go. Ah, yeah, which was really good. First episode, like a pretty strong first episode. Kind of surprised. Gundam AUs generally don't have a good reputation with first episodes, I think. I don't know, I might be alone of that opinion, but usually I'm like, I have to give shows, you know, a Gundam show 5 to 10 episodes before I know what to think about it. And, not the case with G-Witch. Not the case. Very much, strong start. Seem to know what the show's kinda gonna be about. Or at least the initial direction the show's gonna take. And I kind of like it. Alright. Let's see. Okay, so she will now give us these descriptions. That's nice, that's cool. You need to take these elevators to get to either the bridge or the sick bay. The bridge is at the top of the ship, whilst the sick bay is located in one of the lower decks. If we head that way, we can get to the armory, the main engine rooms, and the engineering, too. Move to the aft thoroughfare. Absolutely. I will absolutely move to the aft thoroughfare. As the two of you leave the central hub behind, you travel down the aft side thoroughfare. The hum of the engines continue to grow louder. You effectively filtered the noise out in the rest of the ship, but as you got closer to the rear of the ship, its volume increases considerably. Are the engines supposed to be that loud? Are the what? I said, are the engines supposed to be that loud? The what? What? I said, are the engine... I heard you the first time. I'm just messing with you. You could have fooled me. I've never been on a ship where the engines are so noticeable. Is it supposed to be like that? Supposed to... No, not really, but the Gundog is Swift class, a type of patrol ship that's designed to for rapid response. They're made to cover large areas of space quickly and offer basic assistance to ships in distress. That, or to be first on the scene to gather intel and issue warnings if anyone comes too close to Jovian space. Which means, design-wise, they're prioritize speed above everything else. I guess the best way to sum it all up is that the Gundog is basically a huge set of engines with a tiny ship strapped to them. Well, that's, reassuring. Oh, it's fine. It just means there's no space for systems like motion dampeners or soundproofing. Welcome, Rainy, to the stream. You'll miss it when you leave. Will I? I don't think I will. Oh, that light's faulty. I see. Look. Let's see what this is. Down that corridor is the armory where all the ship's firearms are stored. Normally, access has to be granted from the bridge, but since you're the security officer, you've got access into your keycard code. Yeah, let's just go straight to the armory. Let's do that. Oh, hold on. I gotta click off look first. Yes. You swipe the keycard through the card reader, set into the terminal by the armory's door. Instead of the door opening as you would normally expect, you hear the harsh tone of the terminal. Looking at the screen, you see a message displayed in large flashing letters. Access denied, insufficient authority. It looks like your clearance hasn't been fully processed yet. You'll have to meet the captain before you can get into that room. It's probably a smart move. That way leads to the engineering block. From there, you can access the engine room, the main computer, and most of the ship's systems. Although, you won't be going anywhere near those systems if the chief has anything to hear about it. Alright. Ooh, pixel art. Ooh, things. Things to look at. Ah, fuck, I skipped dialogue. As the two of you continue through the aft thoroughfare, the drum of engine grows louder still. The featureless paneling that has made up the majority of the ship's interior quickly gives way to visible pipes and conduits, and eventually, smooth flooring transitions to grating, revealing more workings underfoot. Finally, the thoroughfare leads to one huge, open chamber filled with masses of machinery. Terminal panels set into the side of various apparatus cycle through different readings. The light from the screens reflected off ducts and valves. All this equipment is separated by a grid of catwalks and access ladders. Wow, that's a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff is right. This is the central engineering. Pretty much every system aside from the engines themselves and the central computing can be found in this room. All in one place? Isn't that a little risky? Well, a Swift-class ship relies on absolute minimal crew. The Gundog only has 2 engineers. I think they figured it'd be easier on them if everything that was important was all kept in the same place. That way they don't have to run from one end of the ship to the other to get all the repairs done if something goes wrong. Aha, you certainly know about ship engineering. What can I say? I'm a pretty talented individual. Oh yeah? Whilst we're here, you can share some of that knowledge. What's that over there? That's the, Folinic conversion unit. And what's that? Oh, that's the omnifaceted Wayne shaft. Aha. What about that? That's the, turbo encabulator. Every day's a school day. I'm head of operations, not the chief engineer, okay? I don't need to know what. Hey, no one better be screwing around up there. You both jump as a stern voice barks at you from below. Looking down, you see through the grating that there's another catwalk situated below the one that you stood on, with a crew member moving at speed toward the ladder that joins the 2 walkways. I swear, if I find as much as a single terminal readout out of place, I'm stuffing the 2 of you in the organic processing system. If I have to retrieve one more pin from behind the compressor... The crew member continues to grumble as they ascend. Quinn, you better not be here to tell me that your favorite pin has somehow fallen behind the system block again. Uh, uh no, no, Chief. Got it right here. Damn straight you do. Now make sure you hang on to that, or you're going to need someone to pull you out of the system block instead. ... And who's this? Our wayward security officer? You got a name there? You quickly throw a sharp salute at the woman in front of you without even checking her rank first. Not only does she loom over you physically, but you quickly pick up on a force of personality that feels like it adds extra 6 inches to her considerable stature. Lieutenant Marco, security officer for the JFS Gundog, ma'am. Less of that ma'am business, Marco. Name's Mackenzie Cathays, chief engineer, but that's chief to you. Yes, chief. Damn straight. Now, what are the two of you doing in engineering? And it is Space Station 13. I was following a guy, into engineering. Well, we saw someone go in here and we're looking. Fucking get questioned everywhere you go. I was just giving Lieutenant Marco the tour of the ship. Mime talked. Yeah, great excuse, Jason. Mime talked. Why'd you kill this man? He talked. Mime talked. Fattest Falcon, thanks for the sub. That's so. You never been on a ship before, Lieutenant? First assignment? Never on a Swift class, Chief. I've only served on a strike and supply class to date. That's so. Which strike vessel? The JFS Victory and the JFS Thunderbolt, Chief. Yes. The JFS Gundam Victory and the JFS Gundam Thunderbolt, yes. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but I appreciate it. Victory and Thunderbolt, huh. Don't think either of those are less than 3 years old, so probably wouldn't have seen what the new streamlined distribution systems. I wonder if you would have seen the power coils, though. I think the Victory was part of that production. The JFS Zeta? Yeah. I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for it! The JFS War in the Pocket? I don't know. Gonna be at the, I don't know, JFS Reconquista? That's a pretty good one. I wonder if you would have seen the power coils. Oh yeah, we read this. You and Cassandra exchange a quick, nervous glance as the chief, who previously seemed like she was about to physically throw both of you out of engineering, suddenly begins conversing with herself. You continue to stand to a nervous attention as she ruminates about ship components. Chief, is there, anything I can help you with about those ships? Oh, huh? Lieutenants, didn't realize you were still here. No, you're off the hook, Makaro. Not unless you can tell me whether the Victory was outfitted with a 3rd generation B-Pack upgrades anyways. Sorry, Chief, I don't think I could. Huh. Wonder if that's because the retrofitting takes into account space availability in the ship's interior for minimal traversal impact. Although maybe it could be that it takes... I think now would be a good time for us to move on. The JFS turn dog. Yeah. Good idea. Well, that's all, Chief. We'll be, just, going now. Oh, yeah. Yeah, sure. Just don't let me catch you screwing around in here again. Alright, what can we look at? This is amazing. What can we look at? Can we look at a door, that, this big boy? Okay. Alright. So we're do the things first. We're looking at the things first. Big thing. There's so much going on in here that I've got no idea what anything is. This could be a waste processing unit, or it could be a life support Oh, sorry, Chief, what was that? This unit's part of the life support system. To be exact, this part is an assessment center of the sorts. It continuously samples the atmosphere on board the ship and ensures that all of it is at optimum level to keep all of us alive in here. Oh, alright. What about this? There's so much machinery in here. If what Cassie says is true, that all the ship's systems are packed in here, it could be anything. Certainly giving off a lot of heat, though. That's the power distribution module. Again? Oh, Chief, it's you. What is it? Power distribution module. We're situated above the Gundog's main reactor, and this is the system which distributes the power to all the ship's various systems. Oh, is that... right. It's down here. That door leads to the central computer's room. Contains the ship's mainframe and all the ship's terminals are connected to. It also runs the majority of the ship's hardware. There's a primary access terminal located in there too that gives access to no other terminal on the ship offers. But for security, only the captain has use of it. Great. Thanks for the heads up, Chief. That door leads to one of the ship's engine rooms. There's another engine room on the other side of the ship. It's not exactly efficient layout when you're running tests on the systems, but that's... but it's what they thought would work best in terms of keeping a swift compact. Oh, thanks, Chief. Tour blocked. See if she has anything to say before you. Yes, Lieutenant? Well, Chief, I was just stopping by to tell you, Marco. What is it that the ship's security officer on a vessel with only 10 crew does all day? Oh, because I'll tell you what a chief engineer does. A chief engineer spends every damn minute of the day trying to keep pace with all the systems on board this vessel, making sure they're all running absolutely flawlessly. You know why? It's because if I don't, and there's a thin line between optimum comfort and horrific death in the cold expanse we call space. So I'll be frank, Lieutenant. Unless you're about to help me redirect these condensers while I refresh the primary moisture chamber, I don't know what good is going to come from you hanging around here and distracting me. Understood? Yes, Chief. Well done. If you really want something to do, you can go check up with the junior engineer in the hangar. Kid's probably slowed down since I last put the fear of void into him. Wow. Intense. Okay, really, when Chief says we shouldn't screw around in here, she's right. We should probably get moving. What did you do? Why would you say that? Really, though, what did you... Who the hell dropped a chocolate bar in the second moisture converter? Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go! It's melted into the outlet valve, I'll kill them! It's good. It's good. Alright, let's try to look at the central computer. What we got going on in here? You swipe your keycard through the keycard ruler in the central computer, and the door leaning against the central computer doesn't open. Instead, oh, we're gonna get access denied again. Message displayed. Insufficient authority. Okay. Oh, even with your security clearance, you won't be able to go into the main computer room. Because the staff is so small, the ship's computer handles a lot of tasks that would normally be done by the crew. Controls a lot of the really sensitive functions, so only the captain and the operations are allowed to access it. Oh, I don't think any of the ships I've been on had a computer system like this. The bigger ships usually have all the computing distributed among multiple systems across the ship. But they're also got a larger crews. There's more that the people on board are responsible for. I think that's because the Swift class is so small and there's such a limited crew that they need to assign more functionality to the computer. Because of that, it's a lot more vital that no one screws around with it. I see. You said that operations have access? Can we take a look using your authority? Well, since the whole reason I'm here is that I didn't exactly take my responsibilities with the Reliance computer system seriously, the captain told me I'm not allowed to mess around with it. But it's not that interesting anyway? I think it's very interesting. I think it's very interesting. Engine room. The two of you watch from around the corner as the chief continues to mutter to herself, pacing back, checking delayed readouts and various displays. Eventually, she heads down a ladder that she's climbed to confront you. Now out of sight, Cassandra darts toward the engine room, gesturing you over. Checking over your shoulder in case the chief has reappeared, you make your way to her. Just in time, the doorway to for the doorway to slide to the engine room open and Cassandra to disappear inside before you can raise an objection. Well, it's gotta be better than staying here with the chief. The room you find yourself in is a similar size to the area you were just in, but whilst that was crammed full of a huge range of machinery, this room is almost exclusively filled with one colossal cylindrical device. The pulse of this engine is now a tangible sensation as vibration emits shake your entire body. Spinny. So, this is the main engine. Well, one of them anyways. Like Chief said, the ship's outfitted with two of these. I see what you mean now when you said the Gundog's his huge set of engines with a strip strapped to them. This thing's massive. I know. Look at it, and I feel like you could probably fit the rest of the ship in this room if the engines weren't there. That's because it's impossible to get the Higgs-filled distortion drive any smaller. Ah, Chief. Oh, Chief, I know you said So these engines are actually a combination nuclear pulse engines built around the Higgs-filled distortion drive. If the HFDD wasn't here, then this engine could be about 10 times smaller than it is. Although I hear they managed to improve the efficiency of the newer NPEs, so it's possible that the space saving could be more like 11 times smaller. Thank you for following Jupiter Jazz. Jupiter Jazz. Keep that smooth jazz going. Can either of you tell me how the HFD works? HFDD? Higgs-filled distortion drive. What are they teaching you at the Academy? It's a drive that allows ships to move far beyond speeds allowed by conventional engines, although it's nowhere near faster than light. That's what lets us get around the solar system without needing to worry about whether we'll live long enough to see the end of the journey. Anyway, everyone knows about the existence of the Higgs field. It's what allows interactions with the Higgs boson that gives particles their mass. Oh, right. So, what the drive does is warp that field relative to the ship and those on board. By doing this, it displaces mass to a different area of space, but within the same relative. As the chief continues on with her explanation, you glance at Cassandra and see a thinly veiled look of terror on her face. You can't blame her, as you feel much the same way, caught in this impromptu lecture. Then, because the particles retain their relationship with each other and the general perception is that things are the same as normal. However, from an exterior perspective, the lecture drags on and you can quickly lose track of the chief's explanation. Although you recognize the words she's saying, you can no longer make sense of the context. They come, and they come to seem like a meaningless string of sounds. Does that make sense? Yeah, so the field is, it's like, it's got the mass, you know, that is like, which is pushed. No. How do I put it? Okay, so imagine the space is a ketchup packet, and you're the sauce. I have milk today. So let me drink this milk for this hydrate. Thick, creamy, whole milk. Coating my throat. That's what I need for voice acting. Yes. This is perfect. Okay, so imagine that space is a ketchup packet, and you're the sauce. The sauce. Right, the sauce. Now, the distortion drive does, it's like a thumb on the universe of the packet. It moves the sauce around by changing the shape of the packet to push the sauce. The packet is the universe, and we're the sauce, and the drive is a thumb? You got it. You quickly glance back at Cassandra and meet her eyes, and she's doing the same thing. You know for certain that neither of you have got it. And that's why these engines have to be so big, to house that drive. Oh, it all makes so much sense now. I see, yes. Definitely comprehended all that. Great. Well, now that you appreciate the science behind it, I won't have to throw you out of here. Thanks, Chief. Anytime. Just remember, Lieutenant. Yes, Chief? Screw with anything, and I'll throw you out of the airlock instead. Oh. Yes, Chief! Sauce? Well, this looks like things I can look at. There's one thing I can look at. Oh, wait. Oh, no, that was just a light flickering down there. One big thing I can look at. Look at this. Yeah. One of the ship's two engines. Apparently, it's that big because of a combination of a standard nuclear pulse engine and a Higgs-filled distortion drive. I think I almost lost consciousness when the chief was explaining it to me. Alright. So, we're the sauce, right? And the universe is the packet. I thought the field was the packet. But then there's this field in the universe, or the universe is in the field? We're going to have some very theoretical, challenging meal times. Move. Use the engine. Move the engine. I can't move the engine. Use the engine! I cannot be 100% certain that the chief was joking when she offered me that one-way trip out of the airlock. I'll leave it alone. Move. Out. Back to engineering. We can't go there, so we're gonna move right on back. So we've been there. So back to the aft thoroughfare. Alright. And then we need to go back to the central hub. Because the armory was locked. And then, what? There's a door over here. Or, here, let's go to the sick bay. Let's go to the sick bay. The elevator door hiss open, and you both step out into a wide open room. You're immediately struck by a glare of high-powered lights that are set into the ceiling. Just as you regain your vision, the powerful aroma of a clinical disinfectant burns at your nostrils. Looking around, you see the standard feature of a sickbay. A set of beds that extrude from the wall on one side, and a large gallery of windows set into the wall on the other indicate the presence of a surgery wing. The walls are lined with cupboards and cabinets containing medical supplies and various devices set on the countertops. In the middle of the room is a large desk set to face the entrance. On the side closet closest to you are two chairs, and and on the other sits a figure that you almost mistake for a piece of medical equipment until they look up. I've commented on this before because we saw concept art of this guy. But this guy looks like Furrin. And I've seen Furrin in person. I can make this claim. So I'm going to read his voice in a Furrin voice. Or at least a Furrin tone of voice. I'm not going to do a German accent. Miss Quinn, excellent timing. I've just finished the analysis of your... Not for 5 minutes, you aren't. Yeah. Hey, Doc, don't worry about that right now. I'm giving a tour to our new security officer. Very good, Mrs. Quinn. Hello, Lieutenant Marco. I am the ship's doctor, Cypher Rosarium. I've reviewed your file already, so please feel free to stop by with any complaints. But since you're here, Mrs. Quinn, I'd really like to talk about your gastro. Honestly, Doctor, it's fine. We can talk about it later. Intestinal. Doctor, later. Distress. Oh, okay, Doctor, a moment, please. Honey, if you could just give me a few minutes with the doctor. Yeah, no problem. Cassandra grabs the doctor by the sleeve and half drags him over to the surgery wing, which he steps into, yanking the doctor through behind her. You can't hear them, but you can still see the two of them through the gallery window. You decide to turn your attention away and examine the nearby poster of space illnesses. Na-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da. 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 Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. So, I see that someone banned an in-game action. What are you fucking banning? Talking? Talking to characters, I see. Okay, you know that's little evil in this game, right? You know? All I do is talk to characters. Banned from talking from characters. Da-da-da-da-da. Yes, thank you, Doctor. I understand. So that includes any synthetic meats or carbohydrates. Understood! But as I've explained, I've got a full supply of Nutri-Shake powders that could serve as a balanced replacement for the meals from the food vendor should alleviate your... Doctor! By the way, everyone give fucking Thurin, like, your spiritual thoughts and prayers energy. He has fucking COVID. I just found out today. He has fucking COVID. He got sick. Everyone, tell Thurin to get better. He's sick. Yell at him. Yell at him to get better. At him in Discord right now and tell him to get better. Tell him you care about him and you want him to get better, alright? Thank you. But how did I get COVID? I had 3 disease resistance. Some of the animations the use of the animations are really good. Tummy troubles. This tour is moving on. Alright, I think we're good. Right, how long did you ban my in-game action for? 5 minutes. Alright. I'll be sure to look around and use things as much as I can. That portion of the sick bay is separated off for surgical procedures. It has its own separate environmental controls and is completely sealed from the rest of the ship when in use. It also contains robotic assistant units that's state-of-the-art, but you still never want to end up in there. All those cupboards and cabinets are jam-packed with different medical supplies, tools, and nutritional supplements, and so on. I guess it's good to have it all on hand. I swear, those dice are rigged. Those beds are for patients who need to stay in the sickbay for whatever reason. All monitors behind them are to display the patient's vital statistics, and it's rare you see one used. Alright. Use bed. I can think of a few better places to relax than down here. Now's not the time to go through all the medical supplies. I think I'll leave that one up to the professional. This is why I vastly enjoy point-and-click games and stuff like that. Just so, like, when care is put into them to the point where you can just click on a lot of random shit. I dislike what you've done to me, Rainy. You're telling me I can't hit this talk button? You telling me I physically cannot do that? I can't do it? For 5 minutes? When did that happen in chat? How many minutes has it been? Those channel points don't come cheap. They come free! What do you mean? They come free! You just talk and you get them for free! Are you... They're literally free! I'm not gonna pilk it up. Look, I've been drinking milk all fucking night. That's enough, Brian. I'm drinking milk, okay? Open the little green chest to get a bonus. I mean, it was a gift sub, but still. I see. Look, it is 9:40. I think that was, I think that was 5 minutes ago, Rainy. I've humored you. You've gotten your attention from me. I bequeathed you with attention from chat. I say 5 minutes have passed. You ignored it for like the first 3 minutes. Well, I wasn't talking to anyone, not through the talk action. At least I don't think I was. I don't exactly know when it got thrown up. I saw it like way afterwards. All right. All right, fine. I'll play nice. I'll play nice and accept the imaginary currency and not talk to the doctor. Even though that irks me. Irks me so much. Alright, let's go back the way we came. The four-side thoroughfare. And let's try to go into the hangar. I did put hydrate on cooldown. I did, because you guys were making me drink gallons of milk. Gallons of milk for your twisted fetish, Brian. And here we are in the four-field thoroughfare. I know. I went to my quarters earlier when I came aboard. Oh. What did you just say? Four-side thoroughfare? No, I don't think you did. I 100% said four-side thoroughfare. It's quite a tricky thing to say. You try saying it quickly. Four-side thoroughfare. Four-field thoroughfare. Four-field thoroughfare. I'll call this one a draw, Lieutenant. Alright. What is this? Mess hall. Oh, this break room is such a break room. And here we have the highlight of this entire tour, the mess hall. Cassandra's face is radiating happiness as she gestures through the double doorway. that you're stood by into the mess hall. Looking inside, you see a canteen like any other. Tables, chairs, and vending machines. It's all here. This is the highlight. Looks like a pretty standard mess hall to me. You bet. Do you know why? Tell me. Because they got both of the different kinds of vending machines. The red one that stocks the spicy potato chips, and the white one that has all the different chocolate bars. Wow, that's all bases covered, huh? They've got all the fundamental food groups. I'm not sure. Hey, Quinn. A rough voice called out from further in. You hadn't noticed them previously because of Cassandra's enthusiastic presentation of the vending machines, but someone sat in the far corner, stands up, and drops over a half-smoked cigarette into a coffee cup and strides over. Oh, wow. What's going on, Quinn? Who's this? Lieutenant Rumi. Were you just smoking in the mess hall? Take it easy, Quinn. I was set right by the extractor vent for the mill vendor. No harm, no foul. Extractor vent. Extractor vent. No harm, no foul. That's not the point. The extra strain on the air scrubbers for the cigarette. Yeah. So anyway, who's this hottie? Wadoom! Wow, cat's got her tongue. Name's Haru. Haru Rumney. What about you, good looking? Oh, Lieutenant asked Marco, the ship security. Rast Marco, huh? No way, really? Last time I checked. Well, alright. Good to know you. That's all for me, Marco. You know where my quarters are, right? Yeah, I do. I did look at the doors, so I do know. Haha, nice. Catch you later. What was that all about? Oh, no. You know where the room is, do you? I mean, I do. It's near mine. That's not what... The room is right by mine! Putting out your half-smoked cigarette in your half-drunk coffee. Pretty gross. I don't know why smoking on a ship hasn't been banned yet. A standard food vendor unit installed on all JCF ships. It's half robotic chef, half vending machine. You select what you want and it prepares it for you. The ingredients are almost all long-life synthetic reproductions, but it's pretty convincing. When you're done, you can slot the plate back in for cleaning. The Vendomatic. It's the space 80s. Everything's tight. Like Cassie said, both kinds. For some reason, certain ships sometimes only have the red one or the white one. So I can get why she's excited. It's definitely been 5 minutes. Alright, more milk. Thank you, Brian. Yes. More milk for the voice acting. Yes. Alright, I'll stretch. You know, I don't have a webcam, so you guys can't watch me, like, put my tits in the fucking camera. So, like, I don't know why you're making me stretch. Oh. Ooh. And Rainy, my posture's perfect. You know, it's... Oh, she's so mad. Uh, mm-hmm. Actually, don't worry about it. I made her way too upset. That's good. Move. Back to the four-side thoroughfare. Oh my god, she's... Oh, Cassie, before we go, do you want something from the vending machine? Chocolate? Chips? Soda? Don't think I don't know what you're trying to do, Lieutenant. I promise I didn't get what Haru was saying about their room. Okay, but it's going to be a chocolate bar. Okay, sure. Wait, 2 chocolate bars. Sure. Wait, 3. Bargaining. Oh. Alright, hanger. Ship's hanger. I wonder if there's anyone even in here. Query the small. The hangar. That could be the next stop on the tour, I guess. I guess. As the two of you head down the four-side thoroughfare and away from the crew quarters, Cassie stops by a double-sized doorway and runs her keycard through the reader next to it. Watch your step, she instructs, tapping her knuckles on a large warning sign next to the door that reads Low Gravity Zone. Once the door opens, she heads through and you follow her into the wide stairwell. It only takes 2 sets of steps before you can feel yourself growing lighter. By the time you reach the doorway at the bottom, you're almost floating. Stepping into the hangar and onto the catwalk, the first thing that strikes you are the profiles of the 2 armored frames stood as if on guard, facing into the main area of the hangar. Although you fully expected to see them here, every Jovian ship features at least a few. The sight of the armored frame stirs uncomfortable memories in you, and you inadvertently grit your teeth and squeeze the handrail you grabbed tightly. Oh, are we having a flashback? Oh no, we are! We're having a flashback! No! Ma'am, they're firing on us! There's so many of them! Oh god, ma'am, out! The line of retreat's totally cut off. We can't get back to the ship. Ma'am, what do we do? What do we do? Stop panicking and form up. 3 and 4 on me. We're going to punch a hole through their formation and... I believe Jovian's just a common way of saying person or thing from Jupiter. I don't know if it's like official, but it's definitely what everyone uses when they mean a thing from Jupiter or a faction from Jupiter or like, yeah, equivalent of Martian. But I don't know if it's like coined or, you know, TM'd or anyone's like officially like, yep, I'm a scientist, glasses man, and I'm pushing up my glasses saying, yeah, the reason why it's Jovian is because it's, yeah, that's the thing. It's like, it's in a lot of fiction, but I don't know if it's, TM scientist official. I assume it is, right? I'm sure it's not just a sci-fi thing. Jupiter was also referred to as Jove. Thank you, Jason. Hey, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. I think it's just the change in gravity level left me a little queasy. I know how you feel. I was late for a hangar audit once and rushed down straight after a big launch. I was moving so fast with the gravity shift, my stomach contents couldn't keep up. Gross. Tell me about it. I did everything I could to keep my mouth shut. You know, the rule for low gravity zones. What you spew is left up to you. I wasn't going to be late and on cleanup duty. It's a horrible rhyme. Alright. Yes, all the satellites around Jupiter combines with the planet forms the Jovian system, and that is the official astrophysics term. Alright. Speaking of duties, shouldn't there be someone around here? Yes. Dalton should be around here somewhere. If you're feeling funny, stay here for a moment and I'll go see if I can find him. Sure. You watch as, despite the 15-meter difference between the catwalk and the hangar floor, Cassie nonchalantly places her 2 hands on the handrail and deftly vaults over it into the emptiness. Thanks to the low gravity, she doesn't fall, but instead kicks off the railing, propelling herself through the air. As Cassandra drifts off, eventually catching on one of the armored frame's legs and using it to swing herself around to float in a different direction, you place your elbow on the railing and your head in your hand. You turn your attention back to the stoic features on the armored frame's heads and sigh deeply. Your attention is caught by the cockpit hatch of one of the frames being half open. Looking around, you see everything as you'd expect. Armored framed weapons racks, stored containers, various equipment. All of it restrained appropriately and fastidiously arranged. The cockpit hatch is the only thing that breaks the pattern. It's weird, I can't find him anywhere. I know it's definitely his shift right now, so he should be around somewhere. Looking past Cassandra at the armored frame with the ajar cockpit hatch, a thought strikes you. I think I might have an idea. Follow me. You carry out the same vaulting maneuver that Cassie had performed and kick off toward the huge machine's cockpit. Once close enough, you grab a hold of its arm and pull yourself up toward the open hatch. A few seconds later, Cassie appears beside you, and you both notice the sound of gentle snoring coming from within the cockpit. Well, Lieutenant Commander, I think this is an operations issue, so I'll let you handle it. Leaving the discipline up to me again, huh? Oh, dear God. Cassandra nimbly climbs up the armored frame, positioning herself right above the cockpit, bracing herself on the machine's chest as she brings her heel down sharply and repeatedly on the armor. Cadet Grange, attention! You hear a muffled scream from within the cockpit, followed by a dull thud and a string of muttered cursing, and then finally, a figure emerges from the cockpit. Ma'am, I was just checking the calibrations on the AF, and I got some feedback that, it's just you, Commander Quinn. Excuse me, Cadet, just? Is that how you address a superior officer, Cadet? Ma'am, no ma'am, I was not expecting to see you in the hangar, ma'am. Okay, you can tone it down a bit, Dalton. Yes, ma'am. Good enough, I suppose. Anyways, Cadet, this is Lieutenant Marco, Ship Security Officer. Sir, Cadet Dalton Grange, Junior Engineer. Good to meet you, Cadet. Looks like, they've got you working hard. Looks like, no, sir. Well, that is, yes, sir. No, not so hard. I'm falling asleep. No, sir. I was just recalibrating the sensor array on the... take it easy, Cadet. We've all taken a nap in a cockpit in our lives. Well... Of course, we never took cockpit naps with the chief giving us our orders, so you probably need to get back on with whatever you were doing, huh? I totally forgot she's going to kill me. Good kid, right? I feel sorry for him already. I feel sorry for him already. Hey, Cadet, how's it going? Hey there, take it easy, it's just me. Oh, Lieutenant, sorry, I thought you were someone else. What's this crew possibly doing that's got you so jumpy? Oh, it's not the crew, it's just the chief. She really likes to surprise inspection and making sure that I'm working as fast as she expects me to. At least once a day, she'll think, I'll think I'm alone and somewhere, and then suddenly, Cadet Dalton report. I don't know how she does it. I'll have an eye on the entrance and the entire time, and she can still appear out of nowhere. I think she uses maintenance ducts. Okay, take it easy. I'm pretty sure it's just us in here. Okay, if you're sure. Anyway, how can I help, Lieutenant? I'm, just getting to know the ship and its crew, finding out what they're all about. No, yeah, I guess that makes sense. So, what are you up to here, Cadet? Oh, I'm actually working on 2 projects at the moment as part of my engineering degree. The first is my own project, a high-density, rapid expansion emergency sealant for hull breaches. I've been working on a compound that's designed to be released in case of a breach and seal up the cracks to prevent the atmosphere loss. Sounds pretty impressive. How's that going? Not too well, Lieutenant. I intended it to be used within the ship as a safety measure for the crew, but the technical officer who oversees my progress back at the academy has instructed me to find a way to weaponize it. Oh, he made the bubblegum goo in First Gundam that got turned into the bird lime in Zeta Gundam. Rast talking to Rast. I think it'd be good for immobilizing enemy AFs. Still seems like it's being put to good use if it's cutting down casualties, don't you think? I guess so. What's the second? Oh, it's just something that I'm working on for the Chief. It's a set of modifications for a Juno to increase the mobility in space. Cadet Dalton report. Oh, ma'am, Chief. Yes, Chief. Currently in the process of. I think I'll just leave him to get on with it. Where does she come from, anyway? Arg. I wish I wore my uniform trousers today. What's up? I was thinking we could play, low gravity tag or something, but now that Dalton's back up and about, we can't. I don't think he's going to snitch on you anytime soon. That's not what I meant. I don't follow. Honestly, have you considered the issues of floating around in a skirt? Oh! Just count yourself lucky. I would have kicked your ass. Oh, actually, hold on. Yes, I didn't look around. Oh, there's a lot of things to look at. Mac, have I considered the issues of floating around in skirt? Absolutely. Absolutely. I was thinking that shit back in First Gundam. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Now I'll pay for those crimes. The hangar is also used to store the various tools and equipment that the engineering team used throughout the ship. A lot of the machinery is used for moving freight or other AF equipment around. Alright. Most of these crates contain mechanical supplies, spare parts, tools, etc. There's a few that contain all the long life ingredients for the Vinmate in the mess hall, and then some that contain various essentials for the crew. On a ship like this, its operations duties to act like quartermaster, but I've been on some ships where if you're friendly with the hangar crew, they can sneak you out the good stuff. It's a very good idea. It's a very good idea. Gemini Descent, thank you for following. Not that I condone that kind of behavior, obviously. It's a good thing we're... The main hangar door is typically only used when the ship is docked to bring on board large containers or equipment. On a ship like this, the AFs launch from smaller hatches underneath them. There's also a maintenance airlock somewhere, so that the whole hangar doesn't need to be depressurized if there's work to be done outside. Those two armored frames are both Juno models, the workhorse of the Jovian colony fleet military. They look like they're newer. They're a newer type than the one I piloted in on the Calico. Almost piloted. Surprisingly, the controls for this kind of stuff are way harder to work than those of an AF. I don't want to think about the kind of chaos I could cause by messing around with them. It'd probably take me days to find anything useful amongst all the things. Anything that is here that I could get much more easily than someone else on the ship. The hangar door opens directly into space. If I opened it now, I wouldn't live long enough to do anything else after. Yeah, even thinking about it. I'm sorry, main character Kun. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to give you a flashback shake. Alright, I guess we're going back to the rooms. Back to the rooms. Crew quarters. Fire control. More. Hangar, mess hall. Okay, back. Fire control. Moving down the mess hall to the hangar access, the two of you continue to the furthest end of the door. At the very end of the corridor is shut. The words fire control painted in large stenciled letters. Cassandra swipes the key card through the reader and by the door before turning to you. So this is fire control. The gunner is probably here. Well, you'll see. That's pretty cryptic. As you follow Cassandra through the doorway, your eyes take a moment to adjust as the strip lighting that illuminates the rest of the ship is now suspiciously absent. Instead, the entire room is lit by a phosphorescent glow from an alcove full of screens and readouts. Looking at the screens, each one seems to not be showing much more than a few specks on a black background. From experience, though, you know that what you are looking at is the live feed from cameras all over the ship's exterior. In the center of this alcove, facing away from you, is a seat like the ones on the bridge. From this angle, it's impossible to tell if there's anyone in it, but you notice a tiny rhythmic hiss coming from it. So anyways, all the ship's weapon systems are controlled from here. These screens give the gunner a panoramic view of... Is the gunner here right now? You look over Cassandra's shoulder at the back of the seat. You swear you'd see a quick flicker of movement, but you can't be sure it's not just a flash of a readout reflecting off a surface. Oh, Dylan, yeah, he's here. Should we say hello? Well, normally I would, but... Cassandra leans back slowly, as if trying to, surreptitiously sneak a peek at what's on the other side of the chair without it noticing her. She quickly turns back to you after a moment's pause. He looks so in the zone, you know? It seems a shame to interrupt him. Interrupt what? Cassandra leans back again, and after a moment quietly gestures for you to come take a look. Set in the chair is a man who looks a little bit older than you. His eyes are closed and his face a picture of absolute serenity. Over his ears pops the single largest pair of headphones you've seen in your entire life as he sits there, oblivious to your presence. His right leg bounces up and down and his wrist flicks consistently. You wonder for a moment if he's okay before spying a cassette player poking out of his jacket pocket. You realize that the hiss you hear is the slightest whisper of music that he's listening to escaping those substantial headphones. Is this okay? Shouldn't he be a bit more attentive? Don't worry, it's fine. He's not even on duty. Yeah, but what if there's an alert? Let's find out. Cassandra moves over to the panel just before a monitor laid in an alcove, takes out a receiver off the wall, and enters a few numbers into the keypad. Hi, Vanessa. Yeah, it's Cassie. Can we test the alert system in fire control? No, I know it's not scheduled. It's a spot check. Yeah, random testing, you know. Chief's orders. Of course she asked. Why would I be asking for a spot test of the alert in fire control if the chief didn't ask? You're a darling, thanks. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Loud! In an instant, you see the figure in the chair bolt upright, yank their headphones off, and lay their hands on the fire control systems. Their heads slapping back and their back and forth as they rapidly survey the walls of monitors. False alarm. Hey Dylan, don't mind us. Just had to do a spot check on the alarm system. Chief's orders. Oh, hey Quinn, no problem. Who's this? Lieutenant Rast Marco, ship security. Oh hey, Warrant Officer Dylan Dees, gunner. Welcome aboard. Thanks. Well, let me know if you guys need anything. That alert totally got in the way of an awesome solo, so I'm going to rewind and pick up where I left off. Good to meet you. Every single one of these screens linked to a camera on the ship's hull. Although it doesn't look like it, this actually represents a 360 view around the Gundog. Every single one of these... Okay, go. I've never been on a ship as small as the Gundog, but these controls for the ship's weaponry don't look like anything like they do on bigger ships. They look more like they belong in an office or something. Just once, I was hoping he wouldn't be here. Oh? Yeah, this place would have been such a good room to relax, take in the view of the stars. But day or night, he's always in here, either spacing out himself or drumming away. I'm so jealous. Most heads of operations would kill for a crew member who was at their station day or night. You know? But this is weird. The only time I've seen him leave is when the ship's docked. I've come by at all sorts of random times, and he's always here. I don't like it. How much of that is jealousy? Oh, he actually heard me. Okay. Oh, hey, Lieutenant. How is it going? Not bad, thanks. I was wondering if you could explain the control system here to me. It doesn't look anything like what I've seen before. Huh. Oh yeah, if you're not been on a small ship like the Gundog, it probably looks weird. Bigger ships have more crew spares so they can have old-fashioned turn operations. On a ship like this where there's only one dude flying solo, the whole system's optimized to let them run the entire weapon system alone. Each of these trackballs links up to a different weapon system, which is represented by a reticle on the shown on the screen. By rolling the balls, I can move the targeting reticle from one screen to screen and fire. All that I need to do is point and click. That's pretty clever. Only works so well because we've got the computer doing most of the heavy lifting. On bigger ships, the gunners have a lot more physical control. On a ship like this, it's more like playing a really intense video game. I've never really liked those spaceship video games. I'd rather play a racing game or something instead. It's not too bad. Now the war is over, we're not shooting anyone anytime soon. So I get to spend all my time here, listening music and staring out into space. Pretty much perfect. Listening to anything good? Yeah, real classic album right now. Ever hear of the hear of Trish and the Replicants? No, sorry. Come by later and I'll lend you a cassette. It's pretty good for such an old band. Thanks for the offer. Forsyth Thoroughfare. Alright. Crew quarters is all we have left, I think. So, we're probably gonna wrap up the tour, and then I'm gonna wrap up this stream. Let's do crew quarters 1, then 2. So your quarters are down this way, huh? That's right. Why? I was wondering where you'd be. On a Swift class, there's 2 different quarter sections. One has all the department chiefs, while the other has the crew that works within those departments. Since you're the only security officer on board, I was wondering if you'd count as a department head or not. Well, I guess I don't. I'm just slumming it. Oh, that's not... what I meant was that, I'm messing with you. Don't worry about it. The head of security is typically under the captain's instruction anyways, so it makes sense that my quarters are down this way. I guess so, when you put it like that. So, have you met any of your neighbors yet? Well, let's see. This is Haru's room. They definitely heard what Hansen had to say about me. Probably best I don't run into that room too often. Hansen Cruz, yeah. I know this guy. Oh, you met him already? Not on the Gundog. I knew him back on the Calico. Oh, is he the guy you told me about? That's right. Not what you'd call my biggest fan. Oh, honey, I'm sorry. Dalton's room. Kid could probably be, do a talking a little bit at the time over Alexa. Okay. And then this room here. Oh, no, that's not... Did I... Wait. Eh? Dalton's room. And then... Oh! There we go! Dylan's room. Can't believe he only uses it when the ship's docked. Alright. You know, it's rude to keep a girl hanging around. What do you mean? Here we are just hanging out in the corridor like a pair of weirdos. Shouldn't you be inviting me into your quarters or something? Give me the tour? It's probably identical to your quarters, so... But you know, I guess it'd be good, for you to see them. Go into my quarters. Maybe not yet. Maybe not yet. Let's go to the other one. Let's go to the other quarters. Just in case. And this is the second set of crew quarters, where operations staff, that's me, and Vanessa, the department heads, and the captain have their quarters. Makes sense. Of course, it's obvious why you've come this way so soon, after finding out I was part of the crew. What do you mean? I'm supposed to be meeting the captain soon. I know, and despite that you've let your libido guide you to my quarters, you animal. Oh my god. Let's maybe save that for later, okay? You tease. The nameplate reads Cassandra Quinn. I don't really need an explanation of who that room belongs to. Mackenzie's, that is, the chief's rooms. She's pretty committed to the job. I bet she doesn't spend much time here. Dr. Rosarium's room, you know, I bet he's not been in there since he's boarded. This is Vanessa's rooms. She's great. We work together in operations. Oh yeah, you're friends already. Definitely, she's done so much for me already. She's always letting me know that she's covered for me when I'm late and that she's picked up on some of my tasks when I'm running behind. She's a little angel. Cassandra, I've run your diagnostics again. I don't know what I'd do without her. Oh no. This is the last of the milk brine. The last of it. No more milk. My drink's gone. Milk is fine. What did you have against milk? Oh, by the way, if you ever want access to my room, the passcode for the lock is 0211. It's pretty much the same passcode I use for everything. 0211. Got it. Time to switch to Cab Sav. Yeah, chase that milk with Cab Sav. That's right, it's, oh my god. Why would I know this? Oh, okay. I want to say, as a Metal Gear Solid 2 fan, it's the anniversary? Anniversary? Pop quiz! How's it a pop quiz? How would I know this? Whew. I'm glad the Metal Gear Solid 2 answer was correct. Before you go in, can you give me a few minutes just to tidy up the place? I was almost late for my duty shift this morning, so it's kind of a mess. Let me put some stuff away, okay? Yeah, sure. Keeping herself between you and the entrance to her room, Cassandra opens the door using the control panel to its right. As it opens, she swiftly steps through, and before it is even open all the way, it closes again using the panel on her side of the entrance. The entire time, she obstructs your view of her quarters. Oh no. Oh man. Is this gonna be a damn bitch you live like this moment? Thanks. Won't be long, I promise. A few minutes pass and you continue to stand gingerly outside Cassie's quarters. You hear the occasional footsteps coming from a four-side thoroughfare. I almost said fortified. Motherfucker. But they all move on to other parts of the ships. Thankfully, no one stops by to ask why security is lurking outside one of the operations officer quarters. Hey, Cassie? You give the door a gentle knock, leaning against the wall, continuing to remain on lookout for anyone who may have some questions about what you're doing out there. How's it going in there? Oh yeah, almost, done. Just give me a minute to, get this sorted out, and... That last pause is followed by a loud bang and the sound of a small cascade of various objects onto the floor. Okay, maybe a few more minutes. You sigh and step back from the door. If anyone asks you, can always tell them that you're doing spot checks for the contraband or something similar. Done. Come in. Oh, my. Welcome. Make yourself at... As you step to the door frame, the toe of your boot catches on a discarded pair of leggings, which are held in place by your other foot. As you begin to fall over, you reach out to catch onto something to stop yourself. Unfortunately, the chair you reach out has a uniform thrown over the backrest, which slips as you grab it, bringing both the chair and its assortment of cosmetics on the seat clattering down onto the floor with you. Oh no, Rast, are you okay? I'm sorry, I thought... Cassie, yes? I thought you said you were tidying this place up. I was! Then why did I just get brained by a falling hairdryer? There was a system! You get back to your feet and right the chair as Cassie quickly grabs the assorted bottles and tubes that fell down with you, placing them randomly on nearby surface. You almost launch into a speech about securely stowing possessions in case of a high-speed maneuvers, but you stop yourself. Doesn't the captain ever carry out spot checks or surprise inspections? No, it's great. From what I've heard, her quarters are worse state than mine. Is that right? Dear Lord. This is a... Wow. Well, photos on the wall. Those are those printed photographs? Aren't those cool? They're from our first date at the Europa amusement park. I took my Pixie Cam straight to the specialist printers the next day and got copies made. I even wrote the date on the back so I'd never forget our anniversary. Aww. Sport! Sport! Wow, I never knew you were that sentimental. I knew I was onto a good thing when you held my hair back so I could barf mid-roller coaster ride. You don't meet many people that considerate when you're dating within the forces, let me tell you. Yeah, now that I think about it, that wasn't the most romantic date I've ever been on. You still called me back for a second date, though. I guess I must have been pretty desperate. Hey! Joking, joking. Cassie's bed currently appears to be acting as a makeshift wardrobe. Does she move all these clothes before she goes to sleep, or do they act like an extra sheet? How does she even have this much clothing on board anyways? Like everything else in this room, the terminal appears to be in use as an extra storage space. Even the chair's covered in stuff. Since Cassie's in operations, you'd think she'd make more use out of her terminal than anyone else on board, but I can't see how she uses it like this. So how are you finding the gun dock so far? Enjoying the tour? The ship's pretty much the same as every other one I've been stationed on. The tour is first class, though. Maybe if working in naval operation doesn't work out, you could start your own business as a tour guide back on the Europa colony. You think so? Definitely. You seem to have all the insider knowledge already, and you've only been stationed here a few days. Imagine all the insider knowledge you could share about Europa colony. Yeah, you're right. And over here we have the statue of the workers who built this colony. If you sneak around the back, you can get inside the plinth and hide from colony security if they catch you and your friends hanging out in the park after it's shut. And then again, you don't think that's what the kind of thing people would want to know? Maybe a bit more about the workers first. Anyway, how are you finding the gun dog so far? How do you feel about being transferred from the Reliant? What do you want to do when we've got some shore leave? I think that's a good question. So now that we're on the same ship, our shore leave will line up. Do you have anywhere you want to go? Anything you want to do? I hadn't thought about it. I guess this means that we'll be able to go on a lot more dates now. Oh, I know. Did you ever hear about that new colony they've added to the Europa cluster? It's got an ultra-efficient water handling plant, and the planners have included a water park. We should go on it as soon as it opens. A water park? What's that? You've never heard of a water park? Never. They're one of the coolest new features on the new colonies they're building. They're like lots of big swimming pools with slides and rivers and all sorts. All the e-magazines are saying that they're going to be the coolest things to do on the colonies once they're open. Pools and slides into pools? But like, really exciting. Huh. Okay. I guess when we're next docks, I'll see if I can book us some tickets. Awesome. So if you've been on the ship a few days now, how are you finding it? Well, it's not too bad. Obviously, it's not like being stationed on the Reliant. It's a whole lot smaller and there's way less people. But then there's also a lot less to do, so you get much more free time. Captain Bartholomew is pretty lax compared to the Captain, Sign? But I get the impression that the whole crew is a bunch of burnouts. Sing. Except for us. Except for us! I obviously didn't mean that about you. So, about your transfer from the Reliant. I know, we don't have to have this conversation. I already had it with Captain Singh in my dismissal, and from the one and senior resource officers. You're wasting your potential. You would make an excellent captain if you took your duties seriously. Your academy scores were excellent. I wasn't giving you a speech, I just... One of the only good things about not having parents is that I don't have to hear it from them too. Hey, Cassie. And it's absolute worse hearing it from you, because I know that out of everyone, you're probably the only person that really cares. I wasn't gonna give you the big speech about it. I figured you already had it from everyone else. I just wanted to make sure you were okay. I figured you were feeling worse than you let on. It's going to be okay, you know? A ship like this isn't the worst place to be for a while. And things can work out okay if you can always put in a transfer back to bigger ships. The JCF is still building up its navy, so there's load of opportunities. And if that doesn't work out, there's still your career as a tour guide back on Europa. Yeah, you know it. I'd probably make a better tour guide than a ship operator anyways. I think you'd be great at whatever you decide to do. And whatever that is, I'll be here to support you through it. Cassie? You're so cheesy sometimes. Hey, come here. This is some of the cutest shit. I'm blushing right now. Y'all can't see me, but I'm blushing. This is cute shit. Alright. There's captain quarters, but I'm assuming we're not going to be allowed in here. I figure. Oarside. And then back to ours, and then into our quarters. And we're going to be wrapping it up here. Oh yeah, I turned the lights off! I turned the lights off! As you step into your quarters, Cassandra follows you in. The door quickly slides shut behind her, leaving you both in your darkened quarters. Oh! Oh, what's up? It's a little bit dark in here. Oh yeah, I turned the light off before I left. Mm-hmm. So, now we're just going to hang out in the dark? Oh, well, nice try. I know what you're up to. No, that's not it. I just turned the light off before I left. Sure you did. It's just a coincidence you wound up back in your darkened quarters, huh? No, I didn't. Get those lights back on, Lieutenant. Defeated, you head over to your bunk and, letting out a small exasperated sigh, turn the lights back on. That's better. Now I can get a look at your quarters now. Aren't all crew quarters identical? Yeah, but this one's yours. Uh-huh. Whoa, you really like to keep it tidy, don't you? I've only just got here, and that's a lot of time to make that's not a lot of time to make a mess. Are you kidding? I'm pretty sure my bag exploded the moment I stepped into my quarters. Jovian military supplies just aren't what they used to be. Or, maybe it's an operator error. And what's that supposed to mean, Lieutenant? Nothing, nothing. Just considering all possibilities. Wait, is this... what? Lieutenant Marco, don't tell me that... What? What is it? Your chair. It's not perfectly aligned with the terminal. I guess nobody's perfect, huh? I would have made more of an effort if I knew the officer doing spot checks was such a stickler. I suppose I won't have to report you to the captain this time, Lieutenant. It's very cute. It's gonna be the same things, so I will look and try to use it. Okay. No funny dialogue. Hey, wanna see something cool? I feel like this may be a bad idea, but go on. Alright, I've always loved your sense of adventure. Now, check this out. If you work your fingers under the bottom of one of the panels by the bunk, I fucking knew it. I didn't say it, but I was like, she's gonna fuck it. As soon as she says, like, wanna see something neat? I was like, she's gonna break my bunk panel. Cause I made a comment about how mine wasn't broken to store contraband yet. You can take it off the mountings, and there's recess behind it that you can stash contraband in. Oh. How about this floor panel? Did you know that if you use something strong enough, you can pry it open and leads to a crawl space below the decks that you can use to get to other areas of the ship? Yeah. Alright, but I bet you didn't know that if you logged into the terminal and entered a secret code that you can play Snake. That too, sorry. Well, fine! I guess you probably know every secret on the ship then. Well, not every secret, but I am the security officer. I've seen and caught every trick there is when it comes to contraband, crew-breaking fraternization rules, or system exploits. It'd have to be pretty technical to get past me. Wait, how do you know all this? Oh, well, that is, back to the tour! That's good. It's good stuff. We gonna save here, buddy. Friends, pals. We're gonna do the bridge and possibly the rest of the demo next time. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Thank you for joining. Not even close to the end. Okay, cool. I'm enjoying the short streams though. I like the hour, 2-hour stream. Captain's gonna be pissed. It's been like 3 days. Now, this is way more of like the pacing I want out of streaming, honestly. It's a lot nicer to be here for like an hour to 2 hours than it is to be here for like 4 hours. And I think it can do that way more often. Expect a stream tomorrow. I got the day off, so I see no reason not to. They're built different though. Yeah, 33 hours is insane. Alright. I will see you guys next time. Thank you for joining once again. VOD will be up, I don't know, sometime tonight, probably. Yeah, I expect to be able to stream some tomorrow, as well. Probably around, like, 7 to 8. Alright, see you guys later.